is that it's their time. We've had our time. But I hate when they try to shit on us
Yeah, diminish
to prove their point.
Right. You can't
They don't
do
have to do that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Recently, the human highlight film Dominique Wilkins. He was actually on All the Smoke having a conversation, and the conversation went to, the seemingly discourse between the younger players and the older players. And Dominique didn't take too kindly to some of the things that are said, because he said he's always respected the generation that came before him. And recently, everybody knows Anthony Edwards went out and said he feels like Michael Jordan is the only one in his era that really had skill. So take a listen here what Dominique had to say, and I'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Take us back. You sitting in the room, table 5, the guys from the 80s, your era, talking about the evolution of the game. How would that go?
Yeah, you know what? We give all eras their respect because we had to learn from somebody, right? So we learned from the guys before us. Yep. And so we always appreciate basketball and everything. We talk about it, but the one thing we will say is that it's their time. We've had our time. But I hate when they try to shit on us
to
prove their point.
Right. You can't
they don't have to do that, because, great is great. Don't care what area you're in. But, don't use past area to elevate yourself. Because we never did that to guys like, look, I'm never going to say I'm better than Wilt Chamberlain or Russell, or I was just with Oscar Robertson.
We had him right. He was just sitting right there.
And we appreciated you guys, because we learned from y'all, you know. And so
that's how we tell about y'all.
Yeah, because we're like, anytime I get a chance to talk to the guys before me, man, I'm like a kid in a candy store. It's a pleasure for me. And I've never thought that I was bigger than the game, because nobody's bigger than the game.
Right.
Because it's always one coming behind you. So no one person is going to be bigger. You can be an iconic figure of the game, in which we have a lot of guys who fits that bill, but the game's going to keep evolving with or without you.
Shout out to Dominique Wilkins before I get on this, because Dominique is a class act. I had a chance to meet Dominique in Atlanta in his prime. He was in the mall shopping with, I believe, his fiance at the time. I don't think he was married yet. And, hollered at him. He took a flick. Great dude. I ain't gonna ever have nothing but great things to say about Dominique Wilkins, because he was such a high character dude. And then, if you were alive at that time, you don't need me to tell you this, but if you didn't get to see him play, man, if SportsCenter existed back then to the level it does now, if there was social media back then, time he took the jumper from like the top of the key or the 3-point line out in Boston Garden, he was back dunking it. Listen, Neek was a different animal, but he's always going to be gracious. He always shows the younger generation love. Hopefully, clowns like Anthony Edwards, who, the kid has talent, but it's starting to turn into a distraction where you haven't accomplished enough. See, that used to be the thing too. You used to have to be accomplished to talk. Now, social media, got big shoe deals. You just say what you want. Back in the day, you had to have at least accomplished something. Like, man, don't only have like a couple all-star appearances and, going and playing and representing your country. That's cool. But what have you done as far as success in the league? You haven't had enough years to put together a consistent run. You had a good run last year. You kind of fizzled out. Didn't look quite the same against Dallas as you did with Denver, especially early in that series, that Denver series. Let me know what you guys think, man. I feel like the old should respect the previous generation, and the old heads should respect the current generation, and the new generation should respect those who paved the way. Trust me. People don't know how close the NBA was to become going bankrupt in the late 70s. They just don't know. But it's kind of important for the younger players to actually do their due diligence as well. You gotta sometimes get off Snapchat, learn about the league you're in a little bit, more than just the player you grew up liking. Let me know what you guys think, man. Be sure to like, subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you next time. Peace.